As you traverse the street, absorbed in contemplation, your gaze unexpectedly meets that of a stranger who is observing you intently, directly at you. Yet devoid of any expression, there exists a profound stillness, marked by an unwavering and inscrutable gaze. In that fleeting instant, one's thoughts begin to spiral. Are they displeased with me? Am I familiar to them? Was that interaction peculiar? We have all encountered such instances of uncomfortable eye contact. Yet what significance do they truly hold? Before we delve deeper, if you're a newcomer to our channel, we invite you to subscribe. Your support is invaluable and serves as a catalyst for us to produce more enriching content. A gaze devoid of a smile can convey a profound intensity, imbued with significance. It often feels as though the observer is harboring an unarticulated message, leaving us in a state of discomfort or anxiety due to the ambiguity. However, rather than hastily drawing conclusions or fearing the worst, it is prudent to delve into the potential realities underlying these encounters. There are, in fact, three principal explanations for why an individual may regard you without a smile. And grasping these nuances can fundamentally alter your perception of such interactions. Firstly, they seem to be immersed in their own realm. Frequently, individuals are oblivious to their own facial expressions or the direction of their gaze. When an individual gazes at you without a smile, it is plausible that their thoughts are occupied with matters entirely unrelated, such as professional pressures or personal relationship challenges. Concerns regarding finances or the mundane decision of what to have for dinner occupy their thoughts, and you find yourself within their field of vision while their cognitive focus is directed elsewhere. There exists no concealed significance or cryptic communication. They may not even be aware that their gaze is directed towards you. Their vacant expression merely signifies their inward contemplation rather than a response to your presence. Consider how often you have found yourself lost in thought, only to discover that someone was positioned precisely where your gaze had landed. This phenomenon is common and occurs unintentionally, particularly in bustling environments such as public transport or crowded streets. Furthermore, they may be assessing you. Maintaining a neutral expression devoid of a smile can serve as a method for evaluating an individual, particularly within specific contexts such as competitive settings. Individuals frequently utilize eye contact as a means to gauge levels of confidence and assert dominance. When an individual gazes at you in such a manner, it is possible that they are subconsciously assessing your presence. Are you sufficiently self-assured to maintain eye contact, or do you avert your gaze first? These subtle exchanges provide significant insights into the complexities of human behavior and the nuances of social hierarchies. It is an inherent instinct that has accompanied humanity through the annals of evolution, the capacity to convey strength, confidence, or challenge without uttering a single word. Professional negotiators and business leaders frequently employ this technique with intention, recognizing that consistent eye contact emanates confidence and can occasionally provide a strategic advantage in high-stakes scenarios. This approach is not inherently aggressive or hostile. Rather, it serves as a nonverbal means of assessing one's counterpart. Furthermore, it may indicate that they are concealing their genuine emotions. This could manifest as shyness, curiosity, or even attraction. Such a neutral expression acts as a facade, obscuring these more delicate sentiments. Consider this. When we find ourselves drawn to another individual, yet experience a sense of apprehension, we frequently attempt to mask our feelings with an impassive expression. This phenomenon similarly applies when we harbor curiosity about someone, but wish to avoid appearing overly eager. Our gaze may instinctively gravitate towards the object of our interest, while our facial demeanor remains meticulously composed. Have you ever observed that when someone harbors a secret affection for you, they will establish eye contact from a distance, but swiftly avert their gaze upon being noticed? Eye contact possesses a depth of meaning that can rival spoken language, often conveying sentiments that individuals may not yet be prepared to articulate. If you have engaged with this discourse thus far, it signifies that you're already reaping considerable insights. We invite you to take a moment to subscribe to our channel. Should you derive value from this video, it serves as an excellent means to support our endeavors and motivate us to produce further high-quality content. While a neutral gaze may present challenges in interpretation, there are often nuanced indicators that can assist in comprehending the underlying dynamics. One such aspect is the duration of the gaze. A fleeting observation contrasts sharply with a prolonged gaze. When an individual maintains eye contact beyond the bounds of social convention, it often signifies a deliberate intent. Furthermore, consider the implications of your own reaction upon meeting their gaze. Do they swiftly avert their eyes, sustain the connection, or respond after a brief pause? Each of these reactions conveys a distinct narrative. The orientation of their body, whether directed towards you or turned away, and the state of their shoulders, whether relaxed or tense, are significant indicators of their body language. The supplementary signals can offer insight into the implications of their gaze. For context and situation, a neutral gaze from an unfamiliar individual on the tube conveys a distinct significance compared to a similar expression from a colleague during a presentation or from someone at a social event. Therefore, when faced with a non-smiling glance, refrain from hastily drawing negative inferences. Instead, consider the possibility. Are they preoccupied with their thoughts? Are they assessing me? Might there be an underlying sentiment behind that expression? The solution may not always be apparent. However, rather than experiencing discomfort or unease, one can leverage these instances as valuable opportunities to gain deeper insights into human behavior and potentially foster significant connections. Here is a straightforward challenge that has the potential to transform your engagement with these interactions. When someone gazes at you in such a manner, consider an alternative approach. Rather than instinctively diverting your gaze, maintain eye contact for a brief moment longer and offer a subtle nod or the faintest smile. Should they reciprocate with a nod or smile, you have effectively alleviated the tension and perhaps initiated a potential interaction. Conversely, if they look away, it suggests they may be preoccupied or unprepared to engage. In either scenario, you emerge victorious, having seized control of the moment rather than allowing it to dictate your response. There's a certain freedom in being the first to acknowledge the eye contact. It transforms your experience from that of an observer to that of an active participant, shifting the dynamic from feeling scrutinized to extending a gesture of warmth and openness. This does not necessitate engaging in conversation with every individual who directs their gaze your way. A mere acknowledgement often suffices. A brief nod, conveying the message, "Yes, I recognize you as well," can alleviate tension and serve as a reminder of the shared humanity present in that fleeting moment of connection. Ultimately, eye contact constitutes a distinct form of communication, and, akin to any language, a deeper comprehension fosters greater confidence in social interactions. Understanding that most neutral stares are not indicative of negative judgments, but rather reflections of individuals absorbed in thought, assessing their environment, or navigating their own emotions, can be quite liberating. Such instances diminish their capacity to evoke discomfort. Thus, when someone gazes at you without a smile, refrain from excessive contemplation. Embrace the present, maintaining a steadfast belief in your own worth. Consider, if only for a moment, the impact of initiating a smile. You may find that such a simple act has the power to convert an uncomfortable situation into a delightful experience. Each of us possesses narratives centered around significant exchanges of glances. Instances where a mere look conveyed deeper sentiments than verbal communication ever could. Perhaps it was a fleeting gaze that ignited a connection, a moment of intense gaze that instilled courage, or a mere nod from a passerby that illuminated your day. Thank you for accompanying me on this journey of exploration. If you found merit in today's discourse, please consider subscribing to the channel and sharing this video with someone who may gain from it. Let us not forget that these instances serve as a reminder that despite our remarkable technological progress and intricate societal frameworks, we remain fundamentally human, engaging with one another through the most elemental and time-honored modes of interaction: a glance, a gesture, a smile. These fundamental gestures constitute the bedrock of human connection. Thus, in future instances where you find yourself engaged in such moments, recall that you are partaking in one of the most ancient forms of human interaction. With your enhanced comprehension of the subtleties that may be occurring behind those eyes, you can adeptly navigate these silent exchanges with both confidence and grace. What is your perspective on this? Have you ever experienced a moment where eye contact conveyed more than words? How did you respond to it?